I truly have no words. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Well, how about this? Ironwood went down so disgustingly easy. It's amazing. Like, go back and watch that fight. It was so fast, and he got slapped aside so hard, and so many things needed to work perfectly for him to be defeated so quickly. They could have drawn taking him down out for like a whole episode or so. I don't think everything counts up to like 5 minutes. I mean, like I don't even want him to win. I already made a whole video about why his character sucks now. Go I'll check that out in the card, but still, I mean, for one thing, he really just, what happened to his paranoia? Like, really, he really just walked out of the base with Winter and a giant gun. I was like, yeah, this would be enough for taking down the combination super weapon robot slash maiden that's on her way here. And like, where's the rest of the army? We see a bunch of bots get destroyed, but where are the human beings? Atlas just seemed so empty at the end of that last volume. I don't get it. What? And he didn't even get to fire the gun because Emerald took him down. Which, yeah, let's talk about Emerald. Ironwood and Winter saw Penny approaching. That means that Emerald, from the plane, before they were close enough for Ironwood to realize that it was a plane approaching them, had to mind take over their minds and make them see Penny. At which point it's like, wow, such range and such perfect control. How strong is her ability now? The only way they could possibly save it is if they go back and say John was boosting it. But like, really, how strong is her ability now that she can just mind whammy you from literally what theoretically kilometers away with, and specifically hide something and create a whole illusion of Penny's appearance? And speaking of semblances, joy of joy, Marrow finally remembered that he can use his semblance before the whole fight begins. That's one of the things that really makes me think they just wanted to get rid of Ironwood so quickly. Like, Ironwood at least got like a 1 minute fight. I don't think it was even of that. A quick cut of an incredibly 1 minute fight where everyone just wails on him until he goes down, and it's like, that was fast. That was unbelievably fast. He just, and the Aesop's didn't even get a fight. They just got frozen in midair. Which, okay. So Mantle's military is disappeared. Emerald semblances, I don't know, the infinite Tsukuyomi now. Marrow finally remembers how to use his semblance, and Ironwood gets taken down so easily that if I still cared about him, I might actually talk about it a bit more. But there is something else that kind of takes precedence now. Let's hope the last few episodes do give us something to do, because like, Ironwood went down so easily that, and the thing is, I feel like he's, for all my problems with how he's written, his arc, his narrative arc, kind of ties into the theme. But because he was taken down so quickly, it's kind of mandatory that they at least have a conversation or two in the next volume, with in the next, before the volume is truly over with him. And like, it shouldn't just be them talking down to him, given that the fact that, given their own mistakes, but like, they can still salvage Ironwood. They just need to put some effort into it. Well, what am I saying? They really can't salvage it, but they can at least try to tie it into the theme of the whole volume, which, you know, is actually, I'm actually starting to see, and yeah.
Can't just wave it like a magic wand and make our problems go away.
Yeah, first you need to show him some blueprints about what you want him to do, and then you can wave it like a wand and solve all your problems. I mean, I can't be the only one who immediately realized that they were being really cagey about how, Penny is alive. Like RWBY just is like, be creative in your endeavors to recreate Penny from the old robot parts. But it's like all that would be left of Penny is a soul. Ambrose had to have, unless the souls in RWBY can like legitimately generate whole human beings, which are like some of the most complicated things, well, other than other animals. Animals are some of the most complicated things to create, but he like incidentally, from just putting her soul aside, recreated her entire body, including the human parts, while leaving the robot parts that he didn't create. He just took them apart and put them back together as a new Penny. But when they created the new gates, it was the deceased robot that disappeared, not the human body parts that he must have created. So I guess he doesn't, he can't, it won't disappear if its existence is just incidental to his creating something. But no, like they say he needs blueprints to before he can create something, but he clearly didn't need blueprints to give Penny a whole ass human body. And it's just so convenient. It's truly convenient. And then they immediately turn around and say, oh yeah, so bend space and time everywhere, create a bunch of portals, and here, look, I'll just flash you some blueprints in very quickly so we can say that there is an explanation for how you did it. And now literally evacuate everyone in the entire country to vacuum. Which, yeah, sure, I'm sure the desert country where everyone has to scavenge for stuff is going to really do well for the people, do well with literally taking in an entire other kingdom. And can I just take a moment to just mention that this volume really has a thing for messages that would have should have very odd repercussions, because first RWBY tells everyone that they need help in Atlas, but now everyone in Atlas is being evacuated to vacuum. Oh, so what about, so vacuum will know, but no one can contact them, Mantle and Veil. So like, will they be coming to help? It'll be hilarious if they don't come to help and it turns out RWBY's plan was an actual complete waste of time, not just a waste of time because no one has time to show up, but like no one is going to show up in the first place. That'll be something. And the CCT like completely cut off for some reason as soon as John's message started, and so all he managed to do is tell them that Atlas is falling and nothing else. So I'm hoping that has a narrative purpose. But yeah, back to complaining about Ambrosius. Like, and I don't even dislike him as a character. I felt he was interesting, but they really just created some rules and then immediately wrote around it so that they could do what they needed to save everyone. You know, except for everyone who surely must have died in the last 2 days. But we probably won't mention them. It's actually frustrating. Anyway, please like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed my little ramblings. And I leave you with this question to please answer in the comments. How likely do you think it is that the people of Atlas and Mantle are going to hesitate to enter the magical portals that appear, that literally anyone who enters will not be returning from, because as soon as they try to return, they will be coming out in Veil. I feel like that's something that might cause problems.